All right, welcome. Today, we're tackling a problem that I think pretty much everyone using the cloud has run into. How do you get all that amazing power and performance without getting a bill that makes your heart stop at the end of the month? Let's talk about taming your Google Compute Engine costs. You've probably heard this a million times, right? But it's the perfect mindset for this. Because in the cloud, those pennies, well, they can turn into thousands of dollars, like scary fast. And that's the real question, isn't it? The cloud is incredible. It lets you scale, build, do things you couldn't do before. But all that flexibility can get really, really expensive if you're not paying attention. You can't just stumble into savings. You actually need a game plan. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with how to tame that bill, then we'll hit some quick wins and look at optimizing your virtual hardware. After that, we get to the really powerful stuff, managing your infrastructure with code. And we'll wrap it all up with the big takeaway. This is really about that journey from worrying about your bill to being completely in control of it. Okay, let's dive right in. The first step on this whole journey is just admitting the problem. You know, that feeling, that shock when you open up the cloud bill and it's way higher than you expected? We've all been there, but it really doesn't have to be that way. So, the whole point here is to change your mindset. You want to move from being reactive, getting the bill and then trying to figure out what happened, to being proactive. You want to make smart, cost-effective decisions from the very beginning. It's all about moving from a state of worry to a place of confident control. All right, let's get into some practical stuff you can do, like right now. We're talking about the quick wins. Think of this as the low-hanging fruit for immediate savings. Okay, first things first, open up that billing panel. It's your treasure map. Use it to hunt down what we call zombie resources. You know, stuff that's still running that you totally forgot about. Easiest way to save money? Stop paying for things you're not using. And hey, Google wants to help. See that little light bulb icon? That's basically free money. It's Google giving you automated tips. And finally, if you know you're going to be using certain machines for the long haul, committed use discounts or CUDs are a total no-brainer. You're telling Google, I'm in for at least a year, and they give you a really nice discount in return. Okay, those were the easy wins. But you know, there's a ton of money just sitting on the table if you're not smart about your virtual hardware. And I'm talking specifically about your storage disks. This table says it all, really. By default, Google gives you a balanced disk, which is fine. It's a good middle-of-the-road option. But what if your app doesn't need super fast disk access? Well, switching to a standard disk can be up to 3 times cheaper. That's a massive saving from one simple change. And you know, it's not just about the type of disk, it's the size. Here's the kicker. You pay for the entire disk space you ask for, not just what you use. We all do it, right? You need maybe 12 gigs, but 20 just feels like a nice, safe, round number. The thing is, you're paying for all that empty space. Trimming that excess fat is just free money. So everything we've talked about so far is great. You can do it right now, just by clicking around in the console. But if you want to level up, if you want real control and consistency, you have to stop clicking and start coding. This is the ultimate power move. And that brings us to this awesome concept, infrastructure as code, or IAC. Look, the idea is super simple. Instead of manually building your house brick by brick every single time, you create a blueprint. That blueprint is your code. It makes everything repeatable, auditable, and it protects you from simple human error. Now, the go-to tool for this, especially on Google Cloud, is Terraform. And what's so cool about it is that it's declarative. That means you don't write a long script telling it how to build your stuff step by step. You just write a file that describes the end result. I want a server with this much memory and this type of disk. And Terraform is smart enough to figure out how to make it happen. In the workflow, oh, it's beautiful. It's just 3 simple steps. First, you describe what you want in a config file. Then, and this is the magic part, you run Terraform plan. It gives you a dry run showing you exactly what's going to change before you touch anything. No more oops moments. And once you like what you see, you run Terraform apply, and boom, Terraform makes it a reality. I mean, the level of control you get here is just insane. We're talking about everything: the virtual machines, the disks, your entire network, firewall rules, autoscalers, the whole shebang. It all lives in simple text files that you can version control just like the rest of your code. So let's bring all this together. We've gone from quick fixes to a totally different way of thinking about the cloud. What's the big picture here? What's the ultimate takeaway? The real takeaway is this. It's a journey.
By adopting these strategies, you fundamentally change your whole relationship with the cloud. You stop being a passenger, just getting a surprise bill at the end of the ride, and you get into the driver's seat. You start proactively engineering an infrastructure that's not just powerful, but also smart and cost-effective.
And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. In a world that's all about automation, where everything is moving towards code, is it possible that the biggest risk to your budget isn't some new complex tool, but just the old habit of managing things by hand?